Baby,
Shout out Bliss.
Doing your love behind me like it be bowling. Yeah, we supposed to link up, but you be Johnson.
Violence and swearings.
Eve, you taking a piss, you.
Lean at the right and bursting. Of course I'm rolling. Don't ask me twice if I'm burning. Charged up black juice or bats. Flint calling a fuckways hat. How many man should be dead? On my life is scary, man.
I haven't done this in a while, so please bear with me. But with that being said, let's get right into it. Hey guys, Girl Grace, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, of course, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a complexion routine. A lot of you guys have asked me either on Instagram or on Snapchat or even in my previous video in the comments on how to pick the perfect foundation match for you. And the thing about that is there is never a perfect match for you. You just have to make it work, and I'm going to show you guys that today. So today my little routine is going to be something I barely do because I tend to find the perfect match so I don't have to do extra the work while I get ready. But I'm going to show you guys how to go about doing that yourself if you ever pick a foundation either too red for you, too dark for you, or anything like that, okay? First and foremost, the most important thing you need to know is what kind of color your body is. I wouldn't really say color, I want to say like, is your body more neutral? Is your body more cool? Is your body more warm? Is your body olive, yellow, and all of that jazz? So for me, I am very neutral. I look good in the color white. I look good in gold. I look good in blue. My veins show up a little green rather than blue when you see it. I don't know if you guys can see if my camera is focusing, but that's how I know what kind of foundation colors to go for. I am literally like the tan. I wouldn't even say I'm tan. I'm more like deep tan deep, whatever you want to call it in the metrics of picking colors for women. Foundation shades for women of color. So I'm going to educate you guys a little bit. One thing I noticed a lot is while I work at Sephora, there wasn't a lot of foundation shades for melanin girls like me, you know, but we got a lot of gratis in our Sephora gives out gratis. It's like free makeup. In my gratis, majority of the things I got a lot was foundation, mainly because I am in the color world and I deal with consultations and applying foundations or makeup on clients, and I did appointments as well. So you know, whenever a new foundation comes out, they want to into my gratis so I can try it out and rave about it and try it on customers as well and let them know like, hey, grab this foundation because it's popping. So one foundation that I got a while ago was the Peach Perfect foundation when it first came out. This was the first launch before they added a new shade range, and for the first launch I got Mahogany. If you guys can see, that is the shade that they gave me in my gratis. When I first tried this on, I wanted to cry because this bit was orange as fuck, and you guys will see that. And I'm going to show you how to go about making, if your foundation is a little too orange or a little too dark, to brighten it up and make it work for you. When it goes to finding your foundation match, you want it to match your neck or your chest. Sometimes some people usually say, oh, my neck is darker than my chest, da 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 da. You can always blend the foundation to your neck so it matches your chest. So if you guys can see, my face is very evil tone. Like, I love saying that because I'm so proud, like so fucking proud, but my face is very even tone. So that's one thing I really love about my complexion. But to start off, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer in Coconut. Like, it's a color coconut. So I'm just gonna apply that on my face. I tend to say this primer is good for people with really dry skin because coconut hydrates your skin, and I'm not really dry, but you know, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of hydration. So hydration never hurt nobody. So I'm just gonna apply that all over my face. But yeah, I believe this primer, did I say foundation? I hope I said primer. This primer retails for about $40, $30 or $40, somewhere around there, Canadian dollars. But it's really good. I did not pay for it, so that's why I don't know exactly how much it is. I got it in gratis, which was like momentarily one of the best things about working at Sephora was the fucking gratis. Okay, loved it like no other. So next, after I apply my primer, I do not have any color discoloration or anything like that. Like I said, my skin is even toned. So next thing I'm gonna do is apply the foundation. So one thing I'm gonna show you guys is I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger and I'm just gonna swipe it on my face. As you can see, that color, yeah, you see that color, right? You see that? You see how orange and a oompa loompa of a color it is on my skin? So I'm gonna show you guys how to go about making it work. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna grab a foundation brush, a foundation brush that I've previously used. It's a foundation brush, and I'm just gonna apply a pump or two on it, as you guys can see that. And I'm going to go, as you guys can see that, and I'm going to go on and swipe it on my face. So I have a mirror in my hand, which I'm gonna be looking at to apply this Oompa Loompa shade on my face. As you guys can see, as I apply, this foundation does not oxidize, so it's not like, oh, if you keep it on for a long time, it's gonna get darker, blah de blah de blah. No, it's not. Whatever color you apply it on is what it's typically supposed to stay at. So I tend to use my foundation brush to apply my foundation first, and always do not forget, bring it down to your neck. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have applied that on, and when I first applied it on, it looked very orange on me. Y'all see what we're dealing with? It's still a little bit orange, but I'm going to, you see. So I'm just gonna apply that all over where I need to apply foundation. So my forehead, in between my eyebrows, and all that jazz. So here is where the trick comes in. Okay, you are going to want to grab a beauty blender, clean beauty blender. I just use this to conceal my lid, so that's why it's a little dirty when I did my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and I'm just gonna pat it in so it sits on my skin, and just dabbing that in all over. And you guys see what we're working with right now. You guys still see what we're working with. It's still not like sitting how I want it to be. And then what you're gonna do, is gonna grab a concealer. So if your foundation is too dark, you want to do a concealer 2 shades or more lighter. You're gonna use the concealer to brighten your face and make everything look like even toned, but still give you a little bit of a highlight. So for my concealer of choice today, I'm using, you see what I did there? I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to take it from the wand and I'm just gonna go right under my eye. So this concealer, I would say, is a shade lighter than my complexion, actually maybe multiple shades lighter than my complexion, and I'm just gonna apply it where I want to focus my highlight. Okay, and like so. So now I'm going to take the same beauty blender or brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to use it to blend it out. When it comes to blending out your concealer, you want to just pat it into the skin. That was my speaker, excuse that. You just want to pat it into the skin and you just want to blend it out. Okay? And you see what the concealer does is it highlights certain areas of your face to make everything look more in sync, if that makes sense. So now if you look at my forehead and you look at my neck, you see how everything is starting to look more even tone. That is what you want to do. You want to find a concealer lighter, a shade or two lighter than your foundation or your natural skin tone, and you want to use that to make the power up. So one thing with me is if my foundation is a little darker, I use a concealer, a shade or my shade first to highlight, and then I'm gonna go in with a concealer 2 or 3 shades lighter than me to give myself a more balanced tone highlight, which I'm going to show you guys that as we go on. Okay, so I'm just going in and I'm blending that out. It's a little harder because my lashes are super long, but I'm making it work. I'm making it work. I'm making it work. Okay, so now you guys see what we're dealing with. You see how it's starting to look like it's flowing, I'd hope. So now I'm gonna go in with, like I said, a concealer, a shade or two lighter than me. So I'm using the Double Wear concealer from Estee Lauder in 3C, which is a medium cool. And you guys will see when I applied this, it's a little white, so this is how I do majority of the time to make, if something's a little too orange for me, how I make it work. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna apply with my beauty blender just to blend it out, to give my under eye, make my under eye a little brighter. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the opposite side. So now that we have an even tone under eye, if you guys can see that, we're gonna go in and we're gonna chisel our face. So we're gonna contour. For contouring today, I'm gonna use the Fenty concealer, Pro Filter concealer in $4.95. And with the wand, I'm gonna use it as my applicator. I'm just gonna apply it on my jawline, a little bit on my nose bridge, some on my forehead, and on my chin. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my contouring brush, and I'm just going to use my contouring brush just to blend that out. So if you guys can see how now my face is going to look a little bit more like toned. So it's gonna look not really shaded, but I don't know the word I'm looking for. It looks more toned. It doesn't look like it's one color. One side doesn't look lighter than the other. It just flows. And that's what you want when it goes to matching foundation for your skin tone and picking out just products that work for you. Once again, these are what works for me. These are what I'm used to. This is what I like, and I love anything that just makes my skin just sit right and look good. So you guys see how my side of my face, I have my jawline, I have my cheekbones, and then like it just looks more dimensional. And see, it still blends. Remember how orange that foundation was when I first applied it? And look where we are now. We're blending, y'all. We're blending. We're looking blended. We blended. And I'm just blending out on my forehead. And one thing you really want to do, make sure, and I repeat, make sure you blend your sole away until your wrist hurts, because the last thing you want, and I say this proud and clear, is to have your foundation or concealer, majorly your concealer, just sitting on your face and looks bulgy in pictures and very noticeable, especially when you're blending out your contour. You want to make sure you blend that whole out. Blend it until your wrist falls off if you have to. And then I'm going to go back in with my same concealer that I use, and I'm just going to use it to just chisel everything out so it's more blended. Everything's a little bit blended. So to set, I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D setting powder. You can use any setting powder that works for you. I'm just temporarily using this today because it's what's on my table. So I'm just going to go in with it, and I'm just going to use it to set my under eye and my cheekbones and all that jazz, okay? So with your setting powder, you want to make sure you are pressing it into the skin. Okay, press it in, press it in. Pretty much anywhere you applied your concealer is where you want to apply your setting powder, so you don't get that nasty flashback. Look at that. So yeah, everything's just bronzed, chiseled, and popped. Oh, I'm loving it. Some of us likes to bake. Some of us. I used to, but not anymore. I'm not really going anywhere. If I'm going out, then sometimes I bake. I can't really tell you the last time I baked. But just to set everything in, I'm going to go in with the Sephora. This is very old, and Sephora sold out, so until they restock, I'm out. But I'm still using what I have left. So I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth foundation finishing powder is what I would call it, in number 60D. And I just apply it on my foundation brush, and I just use it. See how I'm not dusting off the setting powder, and I'm just pressing it in. Yes, that's what you want to do. You want to press it into the skin so it sits. Same thing with your under eye. You want to press it into the skin so it sits, and you still have that brightness under your eye. Your under eye doesn't look dull. And when I tell you this setting powder is the go, trust me, this finishing powder and setting powder combination together is the go. Look, let me just tell you guys, this is not filtered, this is not, but look at my skin and look how my face and my chest and my neck, everything blends, everything matches, period, boo, period. But like I was saying, as long as you find products that work well together, you shouldn't have a problem with matching your complexion. And when it comes to matching your complexion, always trying to find like influencers or YouTubers or beauty gurus who have the same skin tone as you. Go to the store. If you go to Sephora, try, swatch, take a sample home, try it on, see if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, go back to a shade lighter. And sometimes the worst case scenario, you might have to use more than one shade, which is not too bad. It's gonna cost you money, but one thing I usually do is if I really want a high-end foundation and I feel like it's too dark for me or it's too light for me, I will buy it, and then I'll buy a drugstore foundation that's either darker or lighter than the shade I have and mix it and make it work. But trust me, there's nothing wrong with mixing at all. Absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. So as you guys can see, this is what my complexion is right now. My face is all symmetrical. I have my contour, I have everything popping. So I'm just gonna finish up with my blush and highlight, and that's literally it for this look. I'm using my Urban Decay Jean Michael Basquiat collection, and I'm gonna go in with this color right here for my blush today. I'm just gonna blush up my cheek. I love blush. Oh my god, I don't think people understand how much I love blush, but yeah, just gonna blush up my cheek. And a little bit of blush on my nose. And then for my highlight, I'm going to be using the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. As you guys can see, pretty much everything I use in this tutorial today is high hand. Use what works in your budget and what you can afford. Like I said, majority of my makeup that is high hand, I did not purchase. It was gifted while I worked at Sephora, and I didn't really use them at the time while I worked there. I started using them now, and yeah. So I'm just applying the highlighter, and so I'm gonna go off camera, apply my lip, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back, and this is the finished look with my lip done. For my lip today, I used a lip liner from LA Girl. It's the brown black, and Beauty Marked & Co lip in Samara, and then I used a gloss from Colourpop in Moonchild. That is my lip combination for today to accompany this look. But this is what we are dealing with. As you guys can see, I'm just gonna sit to my side, and you guys see how everything flows. It's not orange, it's not too dark, it's not too light. It literally, my face and my neck and my body match. Everything match, period. Okay, boo? Period. But yes, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I tried to make it as much educated as I can from my knowledge. I do just freelance. I do not work at Sephora anymore. I have worked at Sephora for almost 2 years now. So these are the knowledges of things that I learned while I was there, and also like applying makeup on myself and what I learned outside from other artists and whatnot. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to share it with your friends, your family, your brother, your sister. If you want to see more videos like this, educational video, let me know. What do we want to know next? Let me know. I'm trying to be very active on my channel with myself, my life, beauty blogging and whatnot, and even my boyfriend on the channel as well. So if you guys have any video you want to see, feel free to let me know. Comment below. If you don't want to comment, you can always reach out to me on other social media platforms that I do have. If it's your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And just in case you're not following me on any of my social media, what are you waiting for? It's right there on the screen. Make sure you add me, follow me. Let's become best of friends. With that being said, thank you guys always for all the love and all the support on my channel. I really and truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you guys all in my next upload. Goodbye. Mwah.